Over the years, I've made this presentation in different forms and have taken different approaches, but it usually starts and ends with an abundance of facts and figures. This is all important information that I believe every resident and business that calls Orland Park home should know. Every year as I get ready for this presentation, I was gathering a tremendous amount of information from each department. I could never use it all. I would love to spend some time talking about our numerous programs, events, and projects that add something extra to our quality of life. However, I think it would be appropriate to use my time today to concentrate on three key areas: Orland Park's finances and debt, public safety, and economic development and jobs. With our country and the state of Illinois struggling, these issues are of major concern to everyone. Last year we introduced our first annual report, and this year we added even more financial information. It is what you would expect as a stockholder of a major corporation. You, the business community, and our homeowners are stakeholders in this community and should have the same information. This year's annual report will be going out next week. I'm here to tell you that we are in sound financial shape, with our major sources of revenue showing increases and the benefits of several years of trimming costs, combining departments, cross-training, and other efficiencies. We are making the most of your tax dollars. Let me read one of several quotes from the recent bond ratings report issued by Moody's and Standard & Poor's. Healthy reserve levels and a historical track record of conservative budgeting practices point to the continuation of a strong financial operation. In the President's State of the Union address, he said it's not bigger government we need, but smarter government. Well, Orland Park had 350 employees 20 years ago. And after millions of square feet of additional commercial properties, tens of thousands of new residents, hundreds of lane miles in new roads, and countless new services, we have 75 fewer employees today than we did 20 years ago. Using the latest technology, we are working smarter and with fewer people. Registering for programs, paying bills, and having the ability to find the information you need online is very convenient for our residents and the businesses and allows us to do more with less. We continue to abate a portion of your property taxes every year, helping all property owners. And this year we were able to bring back our rebate program for our residents as well, rebating taxes 8 of the last 11 years. But we are not satisfied. Last year we conducted our first community-wide survey by the National Research Center. This was a first step to determine if our residents felt we were offering the services they expected and at a level they felt appropriate. The National Research Center provided a voluminous report on the survey, which is too much for today, but this slide was indicative of the results. Just like you as business owners depending largely on word-of-mouth advertising, I think the response where 91% of Orland Park residents would recommend living in Orland Park when asked is kind of our word-of-mouth advertising, and I'm very pleased so many people are happy living in Orland Park. This year we intend to conduct a business survey, and then every other year we'll conduct a community-wide survey to measure our progress in meeting your expectations. The next step will take place this spring. A facilitator will work with the village board, administration, and key community leaders to focus on developing a strategic plan for Orland Park, and with it, allow staff to launch a performance management program and performance targets. The combination of community surveys, strategic planning, and a performance management program helps us be accountable to you. Specifically what it means to you is that the village is going to use data and measurements to be sure that we are delivering our services as efficiently as possible. And we will benchmark ourselves against our peers to see if we are where we need to be. The buzzword of the last few years has been transparency. Orland Park was the first community in the state to achieve a 100% transparency rating from the Illinois Policy Institute. The information we now have on our website, in addition to our new annual report, provides everyone a comprehensive picture of Orland Park. I also sent a letter last year to the County Treasurer's Office asking her to include additional information on our tax bill in regards to government debt. And I will add that a positive side effect of having everything online is the tremendous drop in calls for information, which save considerable staff time. Debt has also become a major discussion point nationally and in the state. The village debt levels are not only manageable, but I will add that we have never borrowed money for our operating expenses. Our debt has been used to fund projects benefiting the community. A new water reservoir, library, police station, and major road improvements, to name a few. To better illustrate our level of debt, you can compare our debt to owning a $400,000 home and owing only $16,800. Allow me once more to read from our bond ratings report. Village's debt burden is average and is expected to remain manageable. Now, not very exciting language, I'll admit, but in the financial world, that is enough to have encouraged investors to flock to our recent bond sale. The Orland Park Police Department is very busy. In a community that is already rated one of the safest communities by FBI standards, violent crime in Orland Park went down last year by 11%, and a 15.5% reduction in property crimes. This is the lowest number of serious crimes in 20 years. The police chief and staff understand the value of community policing, and they aren't satisfied just making arrests and writing tickets. They are one of the most proactive departments in the state. Last year they went through a rigorous new program, becoming one of the first departments in the state to become accredited by the Illinois Law Enforcement Accreditation Program. At the same time, we were expanding the DARE program and creating a very thorough and informative set of 3 videos on drug use and drug abuse. We distributed these videos to schools, churches, and community groups, and they have also been playing on local cable TV and on our village website. A new prescription drug drop-off program will take thousands of pounds of unused drugs out of circulation. Additionally, school safety meetings and lockdown drills with school administrators has become a very important part of modern police work, and our police department have been conducting these regularly. The village board in this current budget approved 2 new police officers, one of which will be used to create a new retail safety specialist with a full-time commitment to evaluating existing safety measures in our commercial areas and making recommendations to improve them. Also forming a line of communication between the police and the managers of our retail centers. They will also be providing training and educational programs to benefit them. We are, I believe, the first retail center in Illinois to initiate a program like this. The economic downturn of the last few years was certainly a challenge for everyone, including Orland Park. But last year we experienced many areas of improvement and growth. In Orland Park, the downturn in the economy was felt most in 2009, when we issued around $25 million in permits. Last year we issued more than $130 million in permits. A November newspaper article pointed out that existing home sales were up 30% in Orland Park last year, and the median sale price was up more than 12%. We also had an increase in new residential construction. Let's take a look.
The past year brought a number of new residential developments to the village as people continue to choose Orland Park as the ideal place to live. Smith Crossing, the senior living center in the Orland Parkway of the I-80 corridor, added a 200,000 square foot expansion to its existing building. Thomas Place of Orland Park is an 80-unit apartment building for residents age 55 and better. Construction is well underway at the northeast corner of Harlem and Wheeler, giving residents convenient access to Orland Park's many amenities. Sheffield Square, a transit-oriented development near the 153rd Street train station, is a townhome community with homes ranging from 1,550 to 2,100 square feet. This development has garnered attention from throughout the area, with its phases quickly filling. The Old Mill subdivision is located at 108th Avenue and Old Mill Drive. This collection of beautiful, custom-built homes is one of the newest subdivisions in the village. Also on 108th Avenue is Sterling Ridge, with 82 custom homes. New subdivisions along 143rd Street include Deerhaven, with 23 custom-built 2-story and ranch executive homes located 2 blocks east of Wolf Road. Wooded Path Estates at 143rd Street and 80th Avenue features custom-built brick homes on wooded lots.
In 2012, we maintained our commercial base with one of the lowest vacancy rates in the Chicago area at under 6%. This is an important and interesting fact in light of the struggling economy. And with 108 new businesses opening last year, we added considerably to our sales tax base and our EAV, and we created hundreds of construction jobs in addition to hundreds of full-time permanent jobs at a time when jobs are needed most. 9750 on the park alone has been averaging 210 construction workers on site every day. I could go on, but it might be better to see for yourself.
The year 2012 brought more than 100 new businesses and a number of business redevelopment projects to the village. Orland Square underwent a $15 million redevelopment with interior renovations and outdoor facade and entrance improvements. Madison Construction expanded its Orland Park corporate headquarters, more than doubling the size of its facility from 10,000 square feet to a newly renovated, energy-efficient 22,000 square foot building on 70th Court. Riverdale Auto Body opened shop in the 108th Avenue Industrial Park. Dave & Buster's has been busy since it debuted on the site of the former Orland Square Theaters. BMW of Orland Park built a 59,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility with environmental friendly features at 159th Street and Wolf Road. Burkott Superfoods renovated the existing 40,000 square foot storefront at 159th and Wolf, and Whole Foods enjoyed a record-breaking grand opening in the plaza at 153rd and LaGrange. The Cheesecake Factory surpassed corporate expectations when it opened at Orland Square. Bona Beef built a beautiful freestanding building at 131st and LaGrange. Other new businesses include Blissful Banana Cafe on 94th Avenue, the Rustum Medical Clinic in the former Plunkett Furniture Building on Orland Square Drive, the Marquette Bank Retail Lending Center on 108th Avenue, and Hibachi Grill and Supreme Buffet on 159th Street.
Well, with that, I believe I have covered the three key areas I mentioned earlier: finances and debt, public safety, and economic development and jobs. But I would be remiss if I didn't spend a little time on our downtown development. It has always been my strong belief that to truly be a desirable community, you need a walkable downtown city center, a pedestrian-friendly, mixed-use, mass transit-oriented development. A plan to do just that has been in the works for almost 20 years. However, the majority of our major decisions and improvements taking place have been in the last 5 or 6 years, prompting the majority of questions and concerns to be raised in these last few years. One of the larger changes involved in is the purchase of the existing shopping center. These were successful businesses, and we wanted them to stay in Orland Park. We worked hard to assist them. So I thought you might want to see an update.
With the village's purchase of the Orland Park Plaza for downtown Orland Park, many of the plaza businesses used their relocation packages from the village to remain in the community. Orland Park Bakery moved to its very successful location at 14850 South LaGrange Road.
We purchased the bakery in 2003. It's been a long road. It's been successful though, and since we've moved here, business is going well.
It's a different space. It's a little bit more open than where we were previously. And we've been able to add some different products with some of the extra display cases that we have.
People are very pleased with our new location. We've not heard anybody who was disappointed whatsoever.
You know, one of the things that we always wanted to do was keep it fresh and keep it growing, and we've been able to do that. And being in this location has definitely made that possible as well.
Bloomingfield's Flowers and Gifts is now located at 11229 West 143rd Street.
The village worked with us very, very good. They got us relocated quickly. They really helped with a lot of the finishing details. We're getting a lot of our old Orland customers coming out here. They really like the store, and we're getting a lot of new customers from the west part of Orland and Homer Glen and Lamont. So we're kind of like at a meeting point between our old and our new customers, and they really like having a gift store in this area, a flower shop and gift store in this area where they can buy gifts, Christmas gifts, flowers, and they really don't have to go all the way to the Orland Square Mall to do that. So it's really working out good for us.
And Mirabali Shoes built its own plaza at 144th and LaGrange.
We've been in Orland Park since 1976, and we started in Orland Square Mall in July. We were one of the first stores that opened up in the mall. We relocated to Orland Plaza in 1997, and we were there until the village took over and bought the shopping center from building partners. And we relocated to this location in September of last year, and we like it here. It's a different type of a location. This is a billboard location. It's right on LaGrange Road. We have a captive audience here because of the corner. We have a light. We have LaGrange Road. We have 45,000 cars a day passing by the front of our store. And we are able to do more things here. And as far as our customer base, we've expanded our customer base. We're looking at least 30% more traffic than we had in the old store.
The Village is very happy that a majority of the other Plaza businesses also remained in Orland Park.
It's important to note that when we refer to creating a downtown, we are referring to building the center core on the 27-acre triangle. But we are incorporating the historic district on the south, the Orland Crossing Center on the east, and Municipal Center down Ravinia as a comprehensive downtown area. Maybe this will give you a better idea.
Downtown Orland Park will blend historic Old Orland with the Village's present and its future, offering a blend of residential and retail uses. Orland Park's new town center includes the Old Orland Historic District, Orland Crossing Mall, the Civic Corridor, and the Main Street area, adjacent to the beautiful 143rd Street train station. The new intersection at 143rd and LaGrange was completed last year, enhanced with beautiful landscaping, safe pedestrian crossings, and Orland Park monumentation. The pedestrian bike bridge over LaGrange will open in 2013. Phase 1 of the Main Street area is being developed by Flaherty & Collins, one of the Midwest's largest and most experienced developers of multifamily properties. Called 9750 on the Park, this development includes 295 luxury apartments atop nearly 10,000 square feet of amenity and retail space on just more than 4 acres. Initial opening is expected in spring 2013. This newest addition to Orland Park's array of residential offerings, 9750 on the Park, offers the best of everything, all within walking and biking distance of the 143rd Street train station. Restaurants, village history, shopping, entertainment, and more, bordered with the lush greenery of the adjacent forest preserves.
Looking ahead to next year, I will tell you that our development of a strategic plan and setting performance targets, while more internal in nature, will be a big project for us. I am happy to report that we are still filling vacancies on a timely basis. With the opening of the new BMW dealer on 159th Street, which is the largest in the country, the old BMW site will now handle smart cars and Mercedes service vans. Art Van Furniture from Michigan chose Orland Park to open its first Chicago area store in the vacant Dominic's on 151st Street. And Pete's Fresh Market will be taking over the Terry site with a great new development. I wish I had the time to talk about all the great projects and services the different departments are involved in, because I know these employees are very proud of what they are doing, and we are too. Much of it will be in the annual report. Our community events like the Taste of Orland, concerts in the park, the art fair the Village works with the Chamber on, will continue to go forward and expand over the years. And finally, talking about next year, a project 25 years in the making, will be starting in the spring, the widening and the improvement of LaGrange Road from 131st Street to 179th Street. This is a huge project for Orland Park in many ways. It will involve close cooperation between our staff and IDOT and our neighboring communities. With the reorganization of our staff and the creation of a Transportation Engineering and Development Department, we are better prepared than ever to handle the construction impact of this vital road. Moreover, we are not just going to coordinate with IDOT on the construction of the project, we are also going to invest significantly in resources to transform the look and feel of this route. I am confident that this section of LaGrange Road will only reinforce the uniqueness and desirability of Orland Park. This year, at earlier Chamber events, Kaloran had a card to fill in if you had specific questions. I think I received 6 or 7. I think I've answered all those questions, but if somebody has another question, I will be hanging around a little bit afterwards, so please ask. But it's been a pleasure to present this information to you today, and I hope you like what we're doing with your home.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road, and all this wave is stringing us along. Just know you're not alone.
Make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons that fill you with fear. The trouble it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. I'm gonna make this place yours. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear.
The trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you could always be found. Just know you're not alone.
I'm gonna make this place yours.
I just want to mention that everyone in that video volunteered their time. Even the Sandberg Band came out in October when the weather was still good to film this part. But they did a great job, and we wanted to make this video available and some of our other videos available to any of the business community that needs it or think it'll help, especially real estate offices that might want to show people, potential customers, what Orland Park's all about. So once again, thanks for inviting me today, and hope I answered a few of everybody's questions.